vegetable pilau. I love this as a weeknight dinner because it's super easy but packed with flavor and delicious. First, heat some oil, then toss in all of your whole spices. Saute for just about 30 seconds. In goes one finely chopped onion, cook until translucent. Then I've chopped up 3 tomatoes, throw those in with about 2 teaspoons of salt. Cover and let these tomatoes cook down for about 10 minutes or until mushy like this. Now sprinkle in all of your spices and give it a good mix. Mine was a little dry, so I added a half cup of water. You'll just have to see how yours is. Then I'm throwing in about 3 cups of mixed vegetable. I have potato, cauliflower, carrots, and peas. Now 1 1/4 cup of basmati rice. Make sure you wash your rice, guys. 2 1/2 cups of water, but remember we already added half a cup, so I just put 2 cups. Some chopped cilantro, mix, and we're gonna cover and let this simmer for about 20 minutes or until our rice is completely cooked. And that's it. At the end, I like to garnish with a little cilantro and serve some raita on the side.
I'm tired of y'all saying you like Indian food, but then going to restaurants and saying you want butter chicken and naan bread. First of all, it's naan. And second of all, butter chicken is so easy to make. Make it at home. It's so much better that way. Anyways, you'll see that it's filled with a lot of spices. All those spices can be found on Amazon. That's actually how I do it. And you'll see that I add the canned tomatoes and it's brown. Blend that shit, okay? Trust the process and make it orange. Yes, make it orange like the restaurants, and then add in your chicken, add in that cream, make it nice and thick. After it's nice and thick, go ahead and add some good, top it off on some rice and enjoy.
Hey guys, tonight I made aloo puri for dinner. I'm going to show you how to make the potato part of it. This is my mother-in-law's recipe. It's so good. Start by heating 3 to 4 tablespoons of oil, 2 teaspoons cumin seed, 1 teaspoon fennel seed, and some curry leaves. Then 2 teaspoons each of turmeric and then red Kashmiri chili powder. Mix well, and then I'm pouring in 4 pureed tomatoes. Mix, and we're going to cover and let this simmer for about 10 minutes or until it cooks down. Then we're going to season with a tablespoon each of cumin and coriander powder, a teaspoon garam masala, a teaspoon of dried mango powder, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Mix well, and while all this was going on, I was boiling 3 potatoes. I'm adding all but a half cup worth of potato, and I'll show you why in a minute. Mix that in, pour in 1 1/2 cup of water, and then that half cup of potatoes, I mashed it. This is gonna help thicken our gravy. Now we're gonna cover and let this simmer on a medium-low heat for about 5 minutes. And finally, I've got 2 tablespoons of kasuri methi and then some cilantro. Mix well and enjoy with hot puri. If you follow me on Instagram, you recently saw me post my butter chicken pizza. So naturally today, I'm gonna show you the butter chicken. Here, I have a fairly simple marinade. I'm gonna add about 1.5 pounds of chicken that I've cubed up. And you wanna let this marinade for at least an hour, longer is better. To some hot oil, I'm gonna add in a couple dried red chilies, 1 onion, a few cloves of garlic, and some ginger. Cook it just till the onions are translucent, and then 1 15-ounce can of tomato sauce, a teaspoon of salt, cover and cook down for 10 minutes. Season with 1.5 tablespoons coriander powder, teaspoon turmeric and red chili powder, and a tablespoon of cumin powder. Mix well, let it simmer for about 2 minutes, and then set aside to cool off. To a clean pan, I'm gonna add some more oil, and now we're gonna cook our marinated chicken. You don't have to get the yogurt off or anything like that. Once your chicken is all the way cooked through, we're gonna remove it from the pan. No need to wash it again. We're gonna add our whole spices, roast those for a few seconds. 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric and chili powder. And then that tomato sauce from earlier, you wanna puree it. I'm gonna add that to the pan. Put about 1 cup of water in your blender, shake it up so you get all that goodness out of there. 2 tablespoons of crushed kasuri methi, which is dried fenugreek. This is a good time to taste your sauce and adjust spices as needed. Return your chicken, mix well, and I like to simmer this for about a good 5 minutes so all the flavors can combine together. The best part, add about 1/4 cup of heavy cream, and then I like to garnish with cilantro. This dish is amazing, you'll love it.
کباب رنگارنگ قطار است بیا کباب تیار است چه عجب مزه‌دار است ماهی را نوشی جان کو بخار است بیا.
So apparently you really love butter chicken, and honestly there's nothing wrong with that, because you know what, I love a good butter chicken as well. Let's just continue to ignore the people that say butter chicken is basic. It doesn't matter, just eat the food that you like, okay? Anyways, this on the other hand is a creamy vegetable curry that my mum makes, right? And it is so good. See, I'm not really into vegetables like that because I still have the palate of a child, but when my mum makes this, I can literally eat it.
Chicken Alfredo. Something you might order when you go outside, but it's actually really easy to make at home yourself. I'm gonna show you how. For chicken, you can use whatever cut you like. I just have some tenderloins on hand. I'm gonna add in some olive oil, salt and pepper, garlic and onion powder, Italian seasoning. I'd also put some paprika, but I'm out, Cajun seasoning, and then give it all a good toss. Today I'm just gonna pan fry these. You can cook them in the air fryer too if you want. I've just got some vegetable oil and I'm gonna let them go for like 5 to 8 minutes on each side, or until the chicken is cooked all the way through and you got a nice color like this. For the sauce, you want to melt a whole stick of butter, that's a half a cup, and then toss in 3 to 4 minced garlic cloves. This is one dish, I will say, watch how much garlic you put because it can overwhelm it really quickly. 4 ounces of cream cheese, let that get a little melted, and then we're going to pour in 1 pint of heavy cream. And then I'm also going to add a little bit of salt and some cracked black pepper. Now you just want to keep whisking this over a medium heat until everything is melted and it all comes together and starts to bubble a little bit. And that's when we want to go ahead and add our Parmesan cheese. For this, guys, you do need to use a freshly grated Parmesan. The bagged stuff at the store will not do this justice. Whisk that in, it takes no time to melt, and at this point your sauce is pretty much done. Taste it. Mine really needed some garlic powder and a little more salt, so that's what I added. While I was doing this, I was also boiling my fettuccine noodles, so now I'm just going to add that into my sauce, give everything a good toss, then I'm going to put my chicken on top, and then finally at the end I like to garnish with some parsley.